Ian.
Dave.
Ian, do you know about man eyes?
Is that like mayonnaise?
It's a little bit different than mayonnaise. Okay. I don't want to know what kind of mayonnaise you make. But
what are man eyes?
I'm talking about like man eyes. Yes. So man eyes is a thing that, like, I don't know. I've heard my wife and I say it. It's that kind of like, there's like these stereotypes of, men this, women this, yeah.
Women
white guys
shopping,
be like, right? Yeah, women be shopping, right? Exactly. But basically that like a man cannot find like the thing that's like sitting right in front of him.
Yes, I am aware of this. This very ugly stereotype.
Tell me your experience with man eyes and whether or not like you have found yourself fallen victim to it.
I mean, who among us has not looked right at the thing that they were sent to look for?
Right.
And then had somebody. We were just talking about this.
We were
just talking about this before the show. Somebody walks by behind you and was like, "Oh, it's right there."
Right.
Because if you're lost in it and you can't see anything anymore, then so a fresh set of eyes is usually helpful. But this is usually referring to like usually a wife asking a husband to find something in, like, say, the refrigerator, right. And then the man just like looks at the fascia of the refrigerator, doesn't move anything. Right. He can't find. Right. This is a sitcom husband trope. Yes,
exactly. Yes. I'm entertained by it because I think that I often experience it, but it's because I go away in my head to a different land.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So I'm looking at it, but I'm not looking at it. But yes, I think I do fall victim to man eyes. But my wife and I were driving this weekend, coming back from a story that we'll talk about in a little bit. And we were driving down the road, and I saw on the back of an automotive transport truck 4 round headlights or 4 round taillights. Like, that you and I have burned into our minds as
Gran Turismo. Right.
Yes, exactly. What are they? I'm not even going to tell you.
It's an R34 GTR.
Right? There you go. It was a 4-door like GTS or whatever.
Okay.
Right. And in like a cool kind of like minty grayish green, maybe.
Oh yeah. I've seen that color. That's cool. I like that. Yeah.
Okay. And so I was like, oh, that is one of my favorite cars ever. Like, I love that. She was like, oh, what is it? And so I told her about, that it was a Japanese domestic, blah, blah, blah. It was probably over 25 years old, which is why it was here. And when we were driving by, she was like, oh, I think it might have been in a wreck. And I was like, oh, yeah, it didn't have a front bumper on it, but I actually noticed that when we passed by it, the bumper was in the back seat. And so I think they may have taken the bumper off for transport.
But you get it onto the truck, yes.
Yes. And all of that's happening at 75 miles an hour, and I can't find the fucking salsa when I'm staring at the refrigerator. But I see a transport truck and a bumper in the back seat 3 lanes over. Yeah. Right?
Important stuff.
Right.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah. So that's my man eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just in the interest of, fair distribution of fire, the problem in our house when I'm sent to look for something is I will be like, hey, Jenny, where are your keys? I need to get in the car real quick. Mm-hmm. And she'll be like, they're in my bag. And then there's just like 6 bags in various rooms of the house that I have to choose from and figure out. And like, so they're in my bag is both very correct and also extremely unhelpful.
Might as well say they are probably in the house.
Yeah. It's the same answer.
I like that because that's like a I don't know, like a RPG video game, like side quest, right? Like,
yes, Ian, that's exactly what. That's a good way to describe marriage. To be honest, it's endless side quests.
What other side quests do you find yourself going on, Frodo?
I mean, have you seen my calendar? Have I shown you the December calendar? So this is a true story.
So
I was on a work trip.
You can't carry on main storyline at all.
No, I was on a work trip this week, and one of my customers has 7 children.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And like under the age of 13, sort of thing, like all young.
Okay.
And so, busy guy. I showed him the family, just the family. This is not my work calendar, just the family Google calendar for December with just holiday stuff on it. And he gasped.
And part of you likes knowing that you got a gasp.
100%. 100%.
It's like when I tell my therapist something and she goes, wow.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel justified. Yeah.
Yes. I love that. You're the person in the that people see on like Steam that has like 2,000 hours on a game, but you've never fought the first boss.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
He's still in the tutorial. They haven't even shown him what the shoulder buttons do yet.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great metaphor for marriage. It's like really hard, really difficult video game. Oops, only side quests.
Oops, only side quests. Somebody needs to make that video game. Oops, only side quests. That's great.
Oops, only side quests.
Yeah, I like that. Oops, only side quests. Nice, Ian. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, we saw the GTS when we were coming back from potentially getting a free car, Ian.
Yes. Okay. I want to get into this because you texted me about this the other day, and I'm extremely intrigued.
Yes. Okay. So let me pull up the Autopian article.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Fiat 500e. And I realize I'm not typing in the shared browser, so we're going to do a little copy and paste, buddy.
Copy pasta.
That's right. And then we're going to show the browser to the peepo. Okay. All right. Here we go. The Fiat 500e archives on the Autopian. So we had heard that you could lease a Fiat 500e, which I've driven, for $0. So sales of the Fiat 500e, not good, Bob.
Right.
They're bad. They're really bad. So it's expensive. It doesn't have great range. It is absolutely a niche product. Nobody is picking this up because it's a sensible choice. You have to want to go out of your way and burn some money to get one, right?
Yep.
Colorado has incredible EV rebates that you can stack on top of the federal government's EV rebates, right? And I think that when I was talking to you about when my wife was looking at potentially buying a Lexus RX 450h Plus, the plug-in hybrid, there was some of this math behind it as well to bring the cost down. But so basically, you lease, and this is true. This is not BS. You lease a Fiat 500e if you're a Colorado resident for $0 per month. Your payment is truly $0. All you have to do is pay the taxes for the entire lease term, which is 27 months, up front. You have to qualify for the lease, right? So they're going to do credit checks and stuff, the normal stuff, right? And that, depending on which county and municipality you live in Colorado, your tax rate, bounces around. So it could be anywhere from like $1,200 to $1,800, all said and done, for the tax piece. And then if you need the specific charging cable for the Fiat and you don't have an EV cable at home, then they'll sell you one at the dealer for, I think, like $200 or something.
Okay.
Out the door, right? And so I told my wife about this, and she loves the Abarth, right? She doesn't love the Abarth when it's in summer race suspension mode.
Right.
She likes it when it's in winter mode, you know, but she loves driving it. And she's been kind of itching for like an EV-ish vehicle because she really likes like when her Lexus like takes off and uses the full power and all that.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It turns your gas pedal into a fun button, right?
Absolutely.
And so when I went up to drive the 500e or where were we? We were in Dillon.
Log monitors. Oh, okay.
Yeah. For the RMDE over the summer.
Yeah.
Right? And we did an episode about it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious,
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, like she's not trading in her RX. This would be a fourth vehicle for us and just something for scooting about town.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, you don't pay for gas. You can charge it overnight at the reduced rate to charge it up at home. And like, I mean, it's pretty economical,
Mm-hmm.
And of course you carry insurance, but like, oh yeah. And you get 10,000 miles a year. So it's not like it's like some super limited thing. Right. And so we went down to the dealer that's doing this, Larry H. Miller in Aurora. And talked to a salesman there named Ben. It is truly like the real deal. This is not like there's no trickery or anything like this. Larry Miller went out. They figured out the numbers for what they need to do for getting the incentives and how it like all evens out. They went out. They bought a bunch of 500Es from a bunch of other dealers. Got them all to their place. They had like I think 37 in stock when we checked.
Wow.
And this is when the article was probably like 18 hours old. So people had already walked away with them, The TFL EV guys, Sam gave me this tip. Our buddy Sam with the first gen 500E.
Yeah.
The TFL guys picked up 2 of them and drove them back. So they're going to be making content about them. So my wife took one for a test drive.
Yeah.
And she wasn't wowed by it.
Oh.
She thought it was
even for $0. She wasn't wowed by it.
So that's the thing. I think that if we had the space without having to add the lift to the garage, which we're going to do anyway, and you didn't have like that kind of addition to your insurance, your car insurance, right, and then just kind of overall management of your life with a fourth vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if those factors, like it wasn't fun enough to counter those factors for her, right? And so, like, also the salesman was wedged in the back seat. I was in the passenger seat when she drove it, and so like that's probably at least 400 pounds of human right there, like weighing this little thing down. And so it didn't quite perform like like I had remembered because it got my fat ass in it, right? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, she loved the steering feel. Like it was, super responsive and, she dug it, but she's like, yeah, it's just not quite tipping the scales to picking one up. So we did not pick up a 500E over the weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they have any more, but I mean, yeah, it wasn't too good to be true. Yeah. And then you had the option at the end of the lease after 27 months to buy it for, I think, $19,000.
Okay.
So if you really want a 500E, you can't afford it now, wait 27 months and there's going to be a pretty big, like certified pre-owned market
for sure,
where some people are going to try to undercut one another,
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah. With 30,000 miles on it.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm still intrigued by it, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
I think I could get 2 kids in the back of that pretty easy.
Yeah, you could. They have the child seat things. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. The salesman fit behind Kelly mostly when she was driving.
Mostly, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And on top of that, like the thing that got her like even going for it. She wouldn't have done this for a Nissan Leaf. It is because the 500E is so freaking adorable, right? I mean, look at its little face, It's
pretty great.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah, she was like, it's cute. It's really cute. We watched the Doug DeMuro video about it. He wasn't too wowed by it, but he thought it was okay, So,
yeah. Yeah, I wonder what it would be like charging it on a 110 outlet.
Yeah, I think it's like
it'd be like a overnight. But I mean, if I was just doing school run and charging it on a 110 outlet, I think it'd be fine.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't have 220 in the garage, so it would have been 110 for us. And yeah, like from dead, I think it's like 20 hours or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, right. Like, yeah, you don't drive it every day. You don't run it to zero every day. So
right.
Yeah.
And interesting. That's intriguing.
Really want to charge it, I unplug the dryer and run a big power cord that gets really warm. Yeah. So we didn't walk away with a 500e.
Okay. I was bummed. I was really hoping you had.
Yeah, I would have started the episode inside the 500e.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I bought the LS460 and didn't tell you.
Right.
Yeah, I came across that episode the other day because, for Apple, we only keep 300 episodes up there. I can't remember why, but I saw it. I think it's like episode 180 or one something, right? That like, because we didn't know what the buttons on the passenger seat on the side of the seat did.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So that was when I told you I found out what the buttons were for.
Yeah. So, speaking of numbers, we are getting dangerously close to episode 500.
We are. Yeah. I've been thinking about that. Yeah.
I have no idea what we're doing for the 500th episode. So if you all have suggestions, we will hear them. We will take them on board. Please let us know what you would like us to do.
Yeah.
Get more listeners could be a great a great idea for episode 500. Maybe we'll investigate that.
Yeah. I was thinking that I'd like to do another live in-person episode. Either at Unser or the cart track that's open at Centennial,
something.
Yeah. See if we could do something live and in person. But yeah. So
big things may be happening. We don't know.
Yeah.
What else do we have today?
Let's see here, buddy. Let me pull up the Talk-A-Boots. I got a bunch of listener my eyes. Now that we've talked about my man eyes, I have a little bit of a garage update for you.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you? How's things going with getting the Jetta fixed?
The Jetta, most of what happened with the Jetta washed off.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so there's just a little bit of marring on like the plastic body trim. And honestly, I think we're not going to bother.
Okay.
Because it's just like the little plastic trim is scuffed.
Okay.
And to get that fixed, I think would be way more trouble than it's worth.
Sure.
So, I'm going to chalk it up to not going to worry about it. The paint is fine.
Okay.
And it's just like the little plastic chunky part at the bottom.
Okay.
Scuffed. So.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like living in the city, street parking, like, high density areas, that kind of stuff is going to happen, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't even compare to the atrocities that back seat has seen from my children. So that will eventually be the best part of the car is that marred plastic side piece.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Hey, as long as all the sheet metal's good and you're not worried about rust, nothing's cracked paint. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
So, yeah, it almost all like just washed off. So
okay,
so I'm not gonna worry about it.
Nice, dude. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Nice.
And so those two old people are just out there running into other cars, just willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Offering to take people to Mako.
Kathleen Madigan had a bit on one of her stand-up specials a couple specials ago about how both of her parents were driving Uber, but they were doing it together. They were doing
I've heard that bit. It's really funny.
So good. Together they make one somewhat passable driver. Yeah. Well, so I went to fill up the Nuggie yesterday and I couldn't put more than like 3/4 of a gallon in it at a time. So I got something going on with the evap system, like a clogged charcoal canister or some kind of valve or something.
Or that pump was amok, right?
I tried 2 different pumps.
Oh.
And then that was at Costco. And then I did a third check at a King Soopers on the way home. So the problem is me. The problem is me.
Yeah.
That's what I thought at first. It was like, oh, this pump is weird. No, the tiny Italian meatball is weird.
Gotcha.
So I got to fix that. Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Right. But I need to fix that before I send off for the tune, and I need to order the smoke machine so I can check everything. So
yeah, just do that right in the fuel filler cap. That'll be good.
I mean, they have a thing to do that. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a smoke from mineral oil is all it is. Right. Yeah. We're not bringing a fireplace to the table. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, that's my brief garage update. And besides the lack of a 500e,
right.
How hilarious would it be to have two 500es stacked on top of each other in a garage?
Well, I honestly, could you fit them nose to tail in the garage?
No.
It'd be close, right?
If you
pushed them all the way, if you were able to push it all the way up to your toolbox,
yeah,
you could probably do it.
If that cabinet like that's mounted on the wall wasn't there, if those bikes and stuff weren't there, if I didn't need that space, maybe it would be close.
Yeah. Just put the Lexus in that bay and then do the. I bet you could definitely cram them in there if you believed in yourself.
Hey, I've already winged my wife's mirror on her driver's side against the side of the garage and had to replace that. So yeah, that was a $730 mistake. Yeah. Because it's the auto dimming mirror and
of course.
And it was paint matched and all that stuff. So, yep. Because I didn't just do the mirror. I just didn't do the cover. I definitely
the whole assembly.
Yep. Yep. So
that's actually not as much as I would have guessed, to be honest.
Yeah, for a paint code matched mirror with the protective film already on it and all that stuff. Yeah.
Do you remember when I shut my door and my mirror fell off?
Yes. And I remember I glued it back on when it was at my house.
And then I had to do it again. I had to buy the whole thing. So I bought the replacement.
Oh, yeah.
And because it's heated.
And
it's not that, it's just heated. And it was $150, I think. And that wasn't the assembly. That was just the mirror, the mirror itself and the mount.
Wow.
It's like $150 on the Volkswagen.
Oh, yeah.
It's expensive owning a Volkswagen.
Yeah. I don't know why, but this morning I started looking at some stuff thinking about your future car, your R32 replacement. I find myself idling on this quite a bit. And it's a thing that I think about just to, keep the demons away. But I wanted to run past a couple ideas for you or with you. So I found out that
this is our long running segment. Ian maybe is going to get a different car someday.
Yeah. And Dave wants to build it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know your thoughts about this. So obviously motor, like we want V8 and we want power. Right. But we don't want anything insane. Like we're not going 1,000 horsepower or anything.
Correct. Yes.
There are standalone ECUs for the motor that is in my Lexus LS, the 4.6 liter VVTi Toyota 1UZ motor. There's an actual affordable standalone ECU for it. Right. It's an amazing motor. It's got great legs. And then you think transmission. What would we do for transmission? Turns out somebody makes an adapter to put Nissan 350Z transmissions on there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I mean, coil packs are dense.
What's the weight difference between the Lexus motor?
That's a great question.
LS motor.
Yeah, we would have to look at that. Yeah, like 1UZ weight. Okay. Here, we'll show the people.
430 pounds.
That's for the 400.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder what it would be for the 4.6. Yeah, let's do 4.6 liter. Yeah. Because why wouldn't we find you 4.6 liters?
Right.
430. Oh, that's the 4.0. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm not about found this for you. It mentions around 175 kilograms.
So that's like 400-ish pounds.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, 385. So yeah, at least 400. Yeah. So then what's like a 4.6 liter?
5 would be like 5.3 liter.
5.3. Yeah.
It would be the smaller end of the LS range, right?
Yeah.
Engine weight. There you go.
580 pounds.
That's
or with the aluminum block, 500.
Okay, so it's actually lighter.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's an interesting thought.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I like the 1UZ is crazy reliable, of course, right? I mean, as is like an LS as well, right? But
it's just that, but the aftermarket support isn't as big, right? Like,
right, but like we wouldn't be like really swapping camshafts and stuff like that, really. Like the engine kind of as it is going to be really good.
What does it do? Like 300 and some horsepower?
385 horsepower.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. With dual overhead quad overhead cams, VVTi, no push rods. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of spitballing stuff, but yeah, I haven't even like put stuff in Excel yet, trying to like, run numbers on anything. But yeah, I don't know. I just found something about a standalone ECU and was like, oh, for a 4.6. And I guess the big thing with that engine is the throttle response is fucking butter. Like it is crazy good. So my 8-speed automatic transmission masks that greatly, but apparently like it is amazing. Okay. So yeah, somebody had carb swapped one and turned it into like a proper like race motor, like 4-barrel carb. And they they hit the throttle thing on it, like just the wire, and it sounded so good, Ian. It sounded so good.
That sounds awesome.
Enough to motivate me to like start Googling 1UZ standalone ECUs. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. It would also be like, I mean, the actual fitting it into the car, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Are there like other kits for that?
Right. That's a great point.
The LS, right?
Look at you bringing me down from the clouds. Yeah. Right. No, you're exactly right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because between us, we have 0 welders.
Yes.
Point that out.
Yes. PETA can weld. PETA did his exhaust system on his M3. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. But you're correct. Between you and I, 0 welders. Yeah. So I don't know. I figured if there was a place to talk about it, it'd be here. Yeah.
No, don't bring that here. That's not the time or the place, Dave.
Keep that shit out of Ian's house, right? Yes. Okay. Well, I have some listener my eyes.
Okay.
You want to see what our buddies are seeing?
I would love to.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. All right. So, Ian, we have an update for pets in cars. Our buddy Mark sent this in. Okay. He says that he does not allow them to put their heads out the windows when they're driving, and it's because they're fishes.
I like that.
Yep. So these are Mark's fish in his car. So there you go. I like that.
I mean, this is like, I mean, I think we've all had the experience of driving with like some takeout in the seat and doing the like really trying to keep them in line. This is that, but like times 1,000, right?
Right. A life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. The move with the takeout is like trying to compensate for like how the containers are in the bag to the angle of the seat, right? Yeah. The seat bottom.
And then the weight transfer of the car. Like,
yeah. Where do you turn the coffee cup opening in your cup holder?
Yes, exactly. There's a lot to consider here.
Yeah. So thank you, Mark, for sending us pets in cars. Yeah.
I love it.
He also sent us this Volvo Duet that he saw at a holiday gathering. Yeah.
Very cool.
I did not know that that's what these are called, the Volvo Duet.
Yeah, is it like the bigger version of the Amazon? Is that what it is?
I'm not sure. Let's learn together.
Okay.
So this is like a 50, like 54, 58, something like that, I think he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the P210. It was in production from 53
it's related
to
to the
69.
Amazon.
Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with the Amazon either. Oh, okay, so that's the sedan.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. And the Duet is the like the wagon.
Yeah, very cool.
Right? Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Right?
I've seen those before, and I thought they were just called an Amazon. I didn't realize that's.
Okay.
That's
Nice,
cool.
man. Yeah, I dig it.
That's very cool.
Those hubcaps. Yeah, right? Yeah, the hubcaps with the giant Volvo logo on them.
Yeah, that's great. I love
that. Yeah, right?
Is that was it 2-cycle? Is that what it said?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, let's see.
Can you go back to your search?
Yeah. Let's find out. Volvo Duet. Yeah, what motor? Let's see. Mm-hmm. This was a 1.8 liter inline 4, the B18A.
No, they're like, it's 4-cycle. So that must have been, yeah.
Yeah, 2 valves per cylinder, 5 main bearings. Yeah, okay. Huh.
Very cool.
Right on. Power output. I love this in like earlier engine developments, 40 horsepower to 225 horsepower. Guess we figured some shit out.
Yeah. Right. Well, at some point they had 10.5 to 1 compression too.
Right? Yeah. That's a little bit of a change.
Yeah. Well, and it also, I mean, it was in operation until 1981. It looks like.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. Nice.
Oh, interesting.
Wild, man. Right? Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Jesse saw a car that I think it, like she mentioned that like this is kind of forgotten in like we don't think about these too often, or I'd like to know how often you think about these, Ian. Let me show you this picture.
Oh, yes. You know what? I was thinking about this car the other day.
Tell the audio people what it is.
This is a Hyundai Genesis Coupe.
Mm-hmm.
And it came with either a turbo 4-cylinder,
2 liter, yep.
2-liter turbo, right? I think, or a V6, a 3.6 liter
3.6 or 3.8. I can't remember.
Oh, you might be right. It might be a 3.8. But yeah, a fairly large V8 or a V6. And they were like the successor to the Tiburon.
Yep.
Which was cool. But these were kind of cool cars, but they didn't sell that well.
Right. This is when Hyundai was kind of building their name.
Right. And this was the first, if I remember right, this was sort of the first car where everyone was kind of like, maybe don't sleep on Hyundai.
Yes. Yeah.
Because this was sort of them. This was not long after the bad old days of Hyundai Kia.
Yes.
And it was like kind of a competitor for the Mustang would be what I would say.
Yeah.
And the people that I know that had them, because I knew a few people that had these, came right out of a Mustang and into one of these.
Oh, okay. The person that I knew that had one came out of a Camaro and went into that. Yeah.
Yes. These were exclusively for young men who made poor decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. When I was living at my old place, neighbor's boyfriend had one. Mm-hmm. Didn't like the dude. She broke up with him. He was a real ass, but he had one and eventually crashed it. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The guy that I knew that had one was like the craziest person in our workplace, and he and another guy would do like pranks on people and stuff.
Okay.
And they would wait for someone to go into the bathroom, and we had 3 like stalls for pooping, like pooping stalls.
Sure.
And they, for whatever reason, they would wait. If they could figure out that someone was in the middle stall, they would go on either side and have a conversation over that person, including like passing notes. Like they would ask the person in between to pass notes. And then they would like sing and stuff. It was, yeah. So that was the person buying these cars.
Okay. I knew another person that had one that was a very, very nice person. Unfortunately, no longer with us, but I did know one super nice person that had one. Yeah, Jeremy. So, but yes, largely, yeah, the demographic that drew these in was pretty wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, I lot of I think they sold them on military bases a lot.
Yes, right.
Same people who were buying Mustang GTs and people who couldn't afford them, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You don't see them much anymore, though.
Right? Yeah. Since Jesse sent this, I saw one yesterday or the day before, just happened to catch my eye in traffic. And I think that the interesting thing about this is that what you were saying about that really bad time of Hyundai Kia and the Tiburon. The Tiburon to me always seemed like the car that you got at the beginning of the video game that you never sold and you just kept upgrading over and over and over again. And yes, you did win some races, but it got really hard, towards the end of the game, right? It was a stretch.
So I drove a Tiburon. I drove a couple of Tiburons.
Okay.
And they had I don't remember what the trim levels were, but they had the faster version that was supposed to be the competitor. Because there was a period of time where I was test driving. When I lived in Oklahoma City, I was test driving every fast front wheel drive car that was available.
Okay.
Right. I drove several Sentra SERs, the Tiburons, the Mazda Speed Proteges, the Focus STs, all of them.
Yeah.
Or SVTs, sorry, SVTs. And I didn't think these were bad. They were pretty good. It was definitely softer. It felt softer and a little more wayward than the Celica or the Nissan SER or whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrible.
Right.
And I definitely drove it was the second generation.
Yeah.
It had a decent 6-speed in it, and it was fun. Yeah.
2.7 liter. Fast. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I guess it was a 5. Oh no, it was the 6-speed, the one that I drove.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 8.2. The one that I always go to that I always picture is the one with the weird headlights. This one here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you don't see those ever.
You don't know, because I think all those things just self-destructed horribly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how reliable those were or anything like that, but
yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird looking that second gen.
Right.
Super strange.
Yeah, they were so we hear the Lexus SC is selling good. Let's kind of add some elements of that.
Right. What if it was found at the bottom of a lake?
Yes. And the back of it was the round Taurus SHO thing.
Right. And it was also look at the wheels don't look like they belong to that car.
No.
They don't. None of the proportions are right.
Right.
Yeah. It looks like somebody crashed a Focus ZX2.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks like somebody tried to do a Focus ZX2 kit car.
Yeah, that a Celica 4 or whatever was also inspired by a Celica 4, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that in there too.
Right? Yeah. And and I'm really glad that you mentioned the wheels aspect of it, because Hyundai went from having the worst wheels to some of the best, absolute best OEM factory wheels.
Do you have an example?
Oh my God, Ian, there's a billion examples. I have a My Eyes that has an example that bucks the trend of anything that you've ever seen with OEM wheels. But before we do that, we'll look at just Hyundai OEM wheels right now, because they are on fire. Here you go. Let's see. Images. Let's look at
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. All of these are so good.
Yeah.
They're just such great choices. They all have
Yeah,
style.
on the EVs, there's some really good ones.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Even on the like the
on the ends, right?
Yeah. And the what am I thinking of? The Telluride. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or the
some
Palisade, if it's a Hyundai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like those are great. Like the big multi-spokes, like almost like those Lincoln Navigator wheels, like the turbine-ish kind of, yeah. Yeah, no, Hyundai's killing it. But the thing is, when somebody tries to do like a special edition OEM wheel, like that has some kind of other brand tie-in, right? Like the Nautica minivan, or like, you know, the Warner,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right? Like that, those kinds of like non-automotive to automotive brand tie-ins. Those always look super dumb.
Yeah.
But our buddy Nate found the one that completely bucks the trend. So Disney and the Hyundai Ioniq 5. There's a Disney edition of the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Right?
Interesting.
And Nate saw one, and this is it, right? He saw it in traffic. Check out the wheels. They are Mickey Mouse ears, but they look straight fire. Like this is a good looking wheel, right?
I think the reason it works is that if you hadn't told me those were supposed to be Mickey Mouse ears, I would not have realized that.
Right. It's just a good looking wheel.
Right.
Yeah.
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 What else is involved in this Disney thing?
You and I are going to learn together, buddy. Ioniq 5 Disney 100 Platinum Edition, Ian.
I did not know this was a thing.
Me neither, until Nate sent it in. So thank you, Nate, for sending it in, dude. Yeah.
It does have Disney badges. It looks like on the upper right. If you go back up,
yes,
it tells you on the right side. Yeah, exclusive 20-inch wheels, Platinum Edition badges.
Yeah, you have a Disney.
Okay, and then you have like some like stitching or something on the inside.
Yes. Let's see here.
Weird,
right?
Oh, can you go to the interior?
Yeah, here. Yeah, let's build ourselves a Disney Ioniq, Ian.
If you just go interior, click on interior up at the top.
I love this.
Yeah.
Trims.
Down. There
to the
right.
Go. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you have Disney 100 on the screen.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh. Continue build. I want like the 3D inside view. Finish your build. Yeah, I want to look inside it. Interior. Give me the thing where I can pan around like every other build site.
Lame.
Oh, boo. But yeah, Disney 20-inch alloy wheels. Okay. Yeah. Debossing on front headrest, center console, armrest. Okay.
I mean, I would still never buy it.
Right. But if you have...
those wheels aren't bad.
No, they look great. And if you're a Disney person...
I put those wheels on. I'd swap those wheels over in 5 years when somebody crashes their Disney thing because they're singing to Frozen too much.
If you're a Disney fan and you want a Disney car, yeah, go for it. Right? But yeah, those wheels look good. I don't think I can think of it like a non-car brand tie-in where like it actually like, oh, that looks good. You know, it's not shouting at you. Yeah.
They did a pretty good job here of keeping that understated. Because I mean, I think we all remember the like Warner Brothers Chevy minivan, right?
Yeah.
It was the Chevy minivan, right?
Yeah, it was the Chevy Venture Warner Brothers. Oh yeah, here's one in a junkyard.
Yo, that's by Merle Martin. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
There's
a very weird brand tie-in.
Yep. I wonder if you can find if those badges or those emblems are going on eBay as like Disney collectibles. You got the Warner Brothers branded screen, a DVD player. Yeah, with VersaTrack all-wheel drive, Ian. Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, it was the
terrible hunk of junk.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so there you go. Oh, and then our buddy PETA texted us a picture. Ian. It is. Come on. Come on, computer. Why no working? There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I just saw I just realized that there's a snowboard on it.
Yes. Yeah, this is the Lotus. Is that an Evora?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I believe so. Oh no, it's the new one.
It's the new one, yeah. New Lotus. I'm Googling like a grandpa.
The Emira.
Emira, yes. Yeah, so it's a new Emira.
Oh, cool.
Right? Yeah. And they have
Somebody's
probably
been doing it. They've
probably
got
the suction mounts to hold the snowboard on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Right? Yeah, you're living right if you're doing this.
Absolutely. Although those do not look like winter tires.
No,
so
they do not.
living dangerously.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But doing it, I mean, they're making it.
Right? Yeah.
That's really cool.
So thank you, PETA, for sending that. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah.
Very cool.
And Mark, yeah, for sure.
Yes, thank you. What do we think? You want to do an album of the week?
Yeah,
or should we look at this other thing that I have in here?
Yeah,
this is really quick.
Yeah, let's look at this other thing. What you got cooking for me?
Okay,
Captain. Okay.
All right. So this was just like a fun diversion online.
Okay.
Somebody asked. Somebody mentioned something about what sort of cars Bart and Lisa would drive.
Oh,
The Simpsons.
Okay.
And I think the original post was talking about Bart having like a Fiesta ST or something like that. And I was like, well, maybe this is just my Colorado bias showing, but I think he would definitely have a Subaru WRX with an STI wing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And a huge fart can exhaust.
Yes. And Lisa in the Prius, right?
Lisa in a Prius or like a Leaf or something like that.
Yeah. Or maybe even like the old like Ford C-Max thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Honda Fit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But then I said, meanwhile, Ned Flanders is waxing his car again. And of course, the only choice is like a few generations old Toyota Avalon with gold badges.
Yeah. I knowing Ned's like Christian predilections, I wonder if he would shy away from the gold badging as thou shalt not establish false idols. You know? Right? Yeah, the golden calf, if you will. That's always such stigma in kind of Christianity.
Well, he bought it used.
He did.
He got a great deal on it.
He did. Oh yes, no, you have absolutely pegged it. For sure. Right? Yeah, because I think that this is stupid sexy Flanders making a move. Right? Like, because you don't picture him as like the ski guy in the body, hugging outfit. You would normally go like Camry, but you're adding like a little stupid sexy Flanders to it. Yeah. Right? I like that. I like that, Ian. That's good. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Yeah. What else did other folks say? Like, yeah. Bart with a Hellcat. Okay.
Bart with a Hellcat. Yeah. There was a lot of like Challenger, Mustang. Sure. I think everyone's kind of got that nailed. There was a lot more debate about Lisa. About whether she would have an EV or not, basically. But yeah. Nice. I think she probably has a Nissan Leaf. Like that. Yeah. I think that seems very, very her. Yeah. There it is right there. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Nice, man. Okay. Oh yeah. Bart in maybe the Ram 1500 with the hood scoop. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, man. I like that. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I miss about the internet.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Those kinds of just mindless diversions that are so fun.
Absolutely.
Right.
In any case, I have an album that I've been very excited to talk to you about.
Okay. And I want to let you know I did listen to the Doves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Doves album that you had mentioned. I'm about halfway through it. Yeah. But yeah, I dig it. It is some solid, like chill
indie rock.
Indie rock. Yeah, for sure.
Well, Dave, this week I have a little gift for you.
Uh-huh.
You are going to like this record.
Okay. All right.
Because it is the name of it is Everybody Eats. The name of the project is Stress Eater.
Okay.
It is a Kool Keith side project.
Oh, no way.
Just came out.
No way. Okay.
Yep, that's it right there.
Oh, snap. Okay.
And I just happened to come across
Kool
it.
Keith, ultramagnetic, fantabulous Kool Keith.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's it's weirdo underground hip hop, just like you would want.
Oh, okay. I see this is on the CZARFACE.
That's what it's CZARFACE.
Yeah.
And Kool Keith.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So CZARFACE is I think Esoteric from 7L and Esoteric.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. So you've been listening to this one?
I have. It's really good. I like it a lot.
Okay. I will check it out because Kool Keith, wild, weird. Dr. Octagon's one of the weirdest. You take Dan Nakamura and Kool Keith and put them together, you get oh God, yeah, just weird rap goodness. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna like that.
Okay, I will absolutely listen to this.
So as soon as I put it on, I got through the first track and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to tell Dave about this.
Yes. Okay. Nice, man. Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Dude. It came out a couple months ago, I think, but I just now found it.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Some of the CZARFACE. They
just a couple weeks ago.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, they did some stuff with MF Doom before he passed. Yeah.
Right.
So they had some Czar Doom stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, man. Good find, dude. Everybody Eats. I like that. Yeah. And absolutely killing it with the Golden Age comics covers. Yeah. I mean, such a great visual theme for all those CZARFACE albums. Yeah. Nice, dude. Nice. Kool Keith, man.
We did a car show.
We did.
Everybody, you have when you hear this, you will have 6 hours to send us your cars.
Yep. For Show Us Your Cars 2024.
Yes. The deadline is the 20th of December.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the day, take your time, whatever. I mean, it's a soft deadline if we're being honest. But deadline is a hard word too. I mean,
yeah. We are recording that show a couple days later, and so we need some time to save your pictures and to sort them all out, so we can make sure we give out all the nice people credit that took their time to send us their cars.
Correct.
Yes.
But yeah, I have a thread going on Blue Sky. If you want to respond to that, I'll go ahead and pin that.
Oh, nice.
That skeet to the top.
Yes.
You can send them to me on Instagram, but I've been bad about finding those.
I will dig into the Instagram before we record the show, and I will do my best not to look at any license plates that you've DM'd Ian, folks. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or you can text them to us, 720-515-1391, apexadjacent@gmail.com. I think that's it. End of list. I mean, if you want to mail them to us, they're not going to get here in time.
No, they won't. No, they won't. Yeah.
Everybody, thank you. We love you. Goodbye.